Hey, it's BrickTsar. Today we're going to be looking at this Lego Technic set, which is the Control Center. It's Control Center number 2. They actually made one before. I have the one that they made before. It was actually one of my first big Technic sets that I bought that were as large like this one. The Control Center 1, you could make a little robot arm, and it had some graph paper. You could make a pen and things like that. But this one I always wanted, but I could not afford it at the time, and I really wanted it because of this dinosaur that you can make with it. You could also build this boat, and the main one looks like the helicopter. It's on the front of the instruction manual. So if we open it up, the first one they show you building is the hover boat though. So these were really neat sets. It's kind of a pre-Mindstorms set. Has the controller, as we're going to show you in a minute. Right now I've already assembled one of the models, which is the dinosaur. Here's what the box would look like with all the different storage trays. And these are the pieces I had left over after building the dinosaur. So it's a really nice box and everything, but I don't want to show you the box. I want to show you the set. So let's get that out. So here is my favorite model of the three. It's actually the third one in the book. It is the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I guess that's pretty much what it is. It's got the gamma eyes. That's what me and my son are always saying. If you look at these yellow eyes, they look a lot like gamma, except upside down. They're actually on upside down 1x2 inverted slopes. His teeth there, they're gears, the flat gears. And pretty neat little build. It's got a lot of these flex rods here. Those are how it moves back and forth. These are rods that have a special connector pin that goes over the end of them. They look like they could break easily over time. I don't see those as much in new sets anymore. And so we're going to show you what it does, just kind of give you an overview of what it looks like first. There are a few stickers on the set. You see this here, that is a sticker for another set, and there's actually some other stickers. I turned them around, most of them around the other way where you don't notice them on the model. They were used on like either the boat or the helicopter. And we're going to see this thing, his legs, his tail moves. It's got 3 motors. And the reason it's attached to this, and you may be thinking, well, that's kind of weird. Why don't you just build a controller? Well, this is before Mindstorm. So this was actually, when this came out in '95, this was, technology of the day. And so you could program things, but you had to be tethered to whatever you were controlling. This was small, according to technology of the day. This is '95, so computers were still kind of bulky. But basically, you got the programmer. You can either just manually operate things here, or you can program them. And so that's this one. We're going to start off showing you the what you can do with it manually, and then we're going to try to program it. I actually have not programmed this one. The Control Center 1, I remember programming it to do things. But anyway, so you got the 3 motors to control the different features. So enough of me talking. Let's look at those features. All right. So basically, you got A and B. Oh, we got to turn it on first. Need to plug the power in. You can use batteries on this. It's got a battery box, but it also has the plug-in for you can plug in the 9 volts to it. And the one I bought came from Europe, so it had a European transformer. I do have a converter, but for the purposes of this, I'm using another 9-volt supply from another Lego set. But I actually bought a European step-down converter for my trains and stuff. But anyway, so we got to turn it on. A little light flashes right here, the program 1 light. And so you got A and B that lifts it up and down. It goes up, he goes down. Exciting. This thing does not have a speaker to make any sound. And then the other 2 motors are controlled by this one knob here. You can move them to the left or to the right. You see his head move, and his arms, and then up and down with his head. So you can operate them simultaneously. You can do this to do things different at the same time. Or you can just go up, just go down, Actually, it pretty much does. Yeah, the motor does turn a different way, but the function looks the same. So what we're going to do is put him back in a kind of upright position, like that. And so that, you're not, well, that's not very exciting. You can do more with Mindstorms. Well, obviously you can, but that was pretty cool back then, back in '95, and it may not seem that long ago. That's 20 years ago, so it doesn't seem long ago to me. It's before some of you were born, I know. But anyway, we're going to see if we can program it. On the back here, it shows how to do what we just did here, but it shows here how to program it. So I've never actually programmed it, so we're going to do it right here on this video. So I'm going to follow the instructions here. It says press record for 2 seconds. I'm going to 1, 2. Then press north for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Press B for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Press this for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Press A for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Press this button for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And then press stop. Alright, so let's see if that worked. So now let's get this thing where you can see the whole thing. We're just kind of going through the programming of it. So we're going to get up here where you can actually see the dinosaur, and we're going to see if the program worked. Let's hit play twice. So now it's going to do it all on its own. Awesome. So it's just basically going through a cycle of doing the things that we just programmed it to do. I'm scared. And it said something here about pushing these buttons. I wonder if that changes it. And hit this button. Alright, so I want to stop that. I'll hit stop. So that's what you can do. So, pretty neat little set for the time. I bought this used, so I had to do some adjustments. When I bought it, he said there were no red rubber bands. He replaced them with black, but I had the red ones in my collection, so I replaced those. Some of the cords were worn out. I had to replace those. This is actually a longer cord than came with the set. I think they dry rotted over time, so I had to replace 2 of the cords. I don't know if that's just from age or from extreme use. With any type of rubber and wire, when you bend it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, eventually it's going to break. And I think whoever had it before probably used it a lot. So let's get some closer views of it before we go on this video. So now we'll get some closer looks at it. You got 3 places for your 3 motors to control. There's where you plug in. There's one of the motors. There's another motor here, and another motor back here near his booty. And there's some of these little wires that are used to move it back and forth. See how it pulls them? They're on the end of that. And then there's one of those stickers I mentioned earlier. It was from one of the other models, but I turned it inside where you don't see it as much. There's another one right there. I think that was from the hovercraft too. But anyway, I like this. I've always wanted this set, and now I finally got it at a time in my life when I could actually afford it. But tell me what you think. Do you like it? You can use that I for Gamma Mock. Awesome. and it be authentic Lego. That's going to be cool. Then we'll look in the mouth of the beast. Awesome. I think it's a great set. But this is the only model I really wanted to build out of it. So tell me what you think. Should I build one of the other models? I don't think I'm going to take it apart. It took me a long time to build this because I'm slow, and it was a really difficult and challenging build. So I'll probably leave it together for a while. Anyway, tell me what you think. Leave your comments below in the comment section, and thanks for watching this video. You've been watching BrickTsar. Wish this thing had a speaker.